Child, if you don't hush. Hold on. You want to go back out there? Hold on a minute. I'm going to let you out when I go get my water. Hold on a minute. Hey, Trinice. I had to go get my water. Because y'all know when I be talking, my throat be getting dry. So I have to have my water. Even with the water, though, my throat still be getting dry. Some of y'all new to my channel, you don't know that I had a polyp on my vocal cord and it was removed 4 years ago, I think. I think 4 years ago. And my vocal cords are they're weak. They're just not as strong as they used to be because when they remove a polyp from your vocal cord, they have to actually cut or slice the growth off the vocal cord, and they actually weaken the vocal cord. Like after the surgery, I couldn't talk for like 2 weeks. I couldn't talk at all for 2 weeks. And then the third week, it was a whisper. And then the fourth week, they let you talk normal. So that's why I don't stay on live for that long, because my voice starts to bother me. How's that handsome young son of yours? I guess he doing okay, girl. I went over. I ain't talked to him in a week. Yeah, I talked to him about a week ago. Um, but he doing good. He posting his all of his content is gonna be car content. And if you're not into cars and engines and transmissions and stuff like that, you probably not gonna like his content right now, because that's all his content on YouTube. He don't want people. I guess he don't. I don't know. He don't really want people in his life like that. She said, if I was in Cali, I would be your target. Girl, no, you wouldn't. He ain't gonna get married. He is not gonna get married. I think he one of them type of people that's not gonna get married until he like in his 50s or something. Or in his 40s. So he got a good, I think he heading in that direction, but he got some more years before he gets there to like really settle down and want to be married and stuff. Hey, trucker's wife. So let me tell y'all what has been going on. I don't know if you guys have seen this on TikTok or not, because I don't know if you guys, you know, are on TikTok, or if you on TikTok, look for me. Same name. Hey, Jaded Kisses. Um, there is a video of a white man with an with a black baby, and he is holding the baby. He holding the baby like this in his lap. But in his lap. But I'm gonna hold it up so you can see it. He's holding the baby like this. And he has a brush in his hand. And he is brushing the baby's hair. And he's saying, I want this video to get to black TikTok. Because I just adopted this black baby. And I don't know how to do her black hair. As he is brushing this newborn baby's hair with a brush that didn't look like a baby brush. Because you know how them little baby brushes look. Baby brushes have, they're small. Baby brushes are real cutesy. They have the very soft bristles. I mean, just unnecessarily brushing this baby's hair. And I'm not going to keep saying the baby was black because we already know that the baby is black. Holding her head and just like brushing her hair. And this is a newborn baby with a soft spot. Newborn babies' heads are fragile, very fragile. Now, this baby has a head full of hair. A head full of hair. A head full of, healthy newborn looking hair. Because a lot of African American babies are born with, if they have hair, because I had two African American babies. One was born with just that, that downy hair, that newborn protective hair on his head, which kind of like fell out and left him bald. He was bald for a long time. He was just this little bald baby with these big ears. And that made him cute. And then my youngest son was born with a head full of curly hair. So you never know what you're going to get in the African American community. So this baby had a head full of curly hair. Light curls. Like 4A curls. Just, real curly hair. And he's like, I don't know what to do with her hair. And, I bought some products. And people in the comments are like, why are you putting products in a newborn baby's hair? You don't have to put no products in a newborn black baby, a newborn white baby. You don't have to put any products in their hair. You just wash their hair, keep it clean. When you give them a bath, wash their hair. If they have cradle cap or something, wash their hair. Don't put a whole lot of stuff on there because normally products that people use for cradle cap just makes it worse. You got to let that shit run its course. Just keep it clean and keep it dry. Unless your doctor says, that they want to give you something to put on it. But he said, I bought some Shea Moisture to put on a newborn baby's head. So, of course, TikTok got the TikToking. And people on TikTok gonna do the absolute most. They found this man's Facebook page, found out he was a convicted felon, and is wondering how he was even able to adopt a child. I didn't know that you couldn't adopt a child if you're a convicted felon. I know in some states you can't vote, but I didn't know you couldn't adopt. I mean, it makes sense. So it's been said that he has now deleted his TikTok because, people have found other videos of him using the baby as a prop, like taking a newborn baby out in public, putting her on, little stands and stuff in public and taking pictures of her and just, using her as a prop instead of like I would take this stuffed animal out and take pictures with him. This not just a stuffed animal though. This is where's this little thing? This is a massager. You can use him as like a neck massager. You can just like, lay back on it if you want to like massage your neck or wherever you having problems. My husband bought me this for Christmas like 2 years ago because I be having like neck issues. And Gizmo is scared of it, so I don't use it around him because that buzzing noise like freaks him out. But he was like taking pictures of the baby in her car seat in the car and not strapped in correctly. I mean, you know how it is when you post pictures and people scrutinize everything in your picture. That's how they were doing him. They were going back to all of his pictures and every picture he posted of that baby. People were scrutinizing it. But to me, I didn't do all of that. To me, when I first saw the video, I didn't like the way he kept referring to the adopted child as his black baby. And I want this video to make it to black TikTok so they can help me with this black baby. That's the part I didn't like. Like, that didn't sit right in my spirit from the gate. And it made me think, like, should white people adopt black children? And this has sparked a conversation with a lot of adoptees with white children, with black children, and mixed children who have been adopted by white people to talk about, their experiences and stuff. And this one young man, he was mixed. You could clearly see he was mixed. But he had been adopted by a white family. And he talked about what it was like, get them gaslighting him. And when he would come home from school and try to tell his parents some of the things that he was going through in school, how he was being talked down to and being mistreated, they would ignore him and gaslight him because they can't understand an experience that they've never experienced. They've never been black, so they don't know what it's like to be black. Let me look on here because I can't see all y'all comments because some of them then already passed, and I want to make sure I see everybody's comment. Shanice said, I don't have TikTok, but I feel that's very unnecessary. Sounds like he wanted some attention. The right people will see it and he will soon get reported. I think he already got reported. Oh, Trucker's wife, your mom adopted 3 girls. I was 18 at the time. My mom adopted the girls and they checked me out. I thought adopting the first thing they would do is a background check. I would think so too. I would think so too. I don't understand how a convicted felon would even get a be able to adopt a child. Yeah, he did say her name. He said her name. Her name is Zoe, I think. He did say her name, but he still put black in front of it. He could have just said, I just adopted a baby. Her name is Zoe. And, I was wondering, like, but at that age, a newborn, there's nothing you have to do to a newborn's hair. What are you doing to a newborn's hair? They only have this much hair. There's nothing to do to either black newborn or white newborn. There's nothing to do to the hair but keep it clean. So it was the whole video was just weird. Mojo Lotto 777 said no, they should not. It's a money bag, especially during tax season. Well, you don't get no money for adopting a child. The money thing goes into him trying to get products on TikTok. Him wanting to do like baby content, because they said that all of his videos, all of his hashtag would be like baby content, baby this, baby that. He was trying to get into the baby area of TikTok so that he could get sponsors probably and blow his channel up, being a white man with a black child. And it backfired on him. Okay, so Trucker's wife says, me as a colored woman, I hate the term black. I'd rather be called colored. And I hate the term colored, because colored is one of the terms that they use for us back in the 60s. No coloreds allowed. Colored drinking fountains. That's don't call me colored. That's like calling me Negro. That's a term that I despise. I'd rather you call me black than call me colored. I'm not colored. I'm black. But that's how, different people can feel differently about be the same, because we are both black women, but you like a certain term and I don't. Just like my mother hated the term African American. You could not call her African American because she felt like there was no one in her family that was African. She felt like African American was one of the stupidest terms that they had came up for black people. She hated that. I don't care one way or the other about African American, but Negro and colored, it's a no for me. So Trinice said it's some white loving families out there that has adopted black children. Not many though. I mean, if the white family, and that goes for black families adopting white children also. If you're going to adopt a child that is of a different ethnicity as yourself, you need to do some research. and be willing to allow that child to understand what their culture is. If you're going to adopt a black child and you're a white person, you know, don't move to an area where that black child will be the only black child at the school. Put them in a position where they don't see anybody else that looks like them because it alienates them. I can't imagine how these kids felt when I was young and they were like the only white kids at basically an all black school. And it was because their parents lived in a predominantly black area of Oakland, and they really didn't have a whole lot of friends. They kind of stuck to each other. At lunchtime, you would see them together because they didn't have a lot of, they had some friends, but not a lot. Mojo Lotto said they need to adopt their own. There's a lot of white kids in the system. There are. There are. It's not just black kids in the system. It's white kids in the system too. He definitely knew what he was doing. I believe he knew what he was doing too. And I believe that he did that to garner attention for his TikTok channel. It wasn't because he really cared about the child. And then that makes me think, like, if you're going to use a child for a prop, what's going to happen if that child doesn't, bring in the attention that you want the child to bring in? What's going to happen then? Because do you really love the child, or you just want to use the child to your advantage? Because it just didn't seem loving. The way he was, I'm going to see if I can find a video. I'm not going to play the audio, but I want y'all to see what see how he brushing her hair? Look at that brush. That ain't no baby brush. And look at the baby's hair. It's nothing that you need to do to that baby's hair. The only thing you have to do to that baby's hair is just keep it clean. I think. And to me, it was just his attitude, the way he's holding the baby and just like brushing her hair over. Look, it just don't seem like, like a caring, doting father would be treating a newborn baby. Yeah, it's a beautiful baby. But to me, all babies are beautiful though. But it just seemed weird. Yeah, it depends on the child. Like some babies don't even need castor oil in their head. They don't need nothing in their head, especially if they have like eczema or cradle cap or something. Even castor oil is not good for their hair because the cradle cap is showing that the baby is already producing a little bit more oil than what they should be, and it's building up on the scalp. So you don't want to add oil on top of that because it's going to make it worse. You have to allow the scalp to just dry out. So you shouldn't be putting no oils or nothing on their hair. Just wash the hair and keep it dry. That's all they need at a newborn stage because their little bodies is producing enough oil to keep their scalp oiled as a newborn. They don't need a whole lot of extra nothing on their hair as a newborn. Yeah, I don't know anything about them getting because I was adopted. And my mama, I don't think my mama got no money for me. Maybe she did, and she just never said anything. Or times, times could have changed. But I don't think it's for the tax money. I think this situation is for TikTok. He's doing that for companies to see him. He probably, wants to get sponsored by a baby company or something, baby hair care products or something, so he can post that on his TikTok, excuse me, or Instagram, because they said that he was very active on Instagram also. So I think all of this is just, showing this baby. I don't want to say he adopted the baby just to, grow his social media, but posting the baby on social media and tagging baby companies says that you want attention from these companies. You are using the baby as a prop. And if you using the baby as a prop, do you really love the baby?
Come on, dude. Come on. Come on, man.
He want to stay here with me. Gosh, you can stay here with mommy. My mom was on Social Security. She didn't draw taxes when she adopted my three little sisters. Yeah, my mom was working, so I'm not really sure. But I mean, why would she tell me that anyway? I don't think she would have told me. So I don't know. I hope don't nobody sponsor him either. If he has real love for the child, then take the child. Yeah, that's Gizmo. Mommy Cheryl said, as long as the family loves the child, doesn't matter what the skin color is. Yeah, I can say that you love the child, but skin color does matter. Skin color does matter because things that black children go through in white spaces is different. And putting black children in places where they're not comfortable and they're not being heard does matter. And a lot of white people feel like, I'm going to take this black child and I'm going to, put them in the best schools, or, we're going to move to the suburbs. And then you put them in a position where There's no one else that looks like them. You get these black children in these white homes, and these white mothers don't have a clue what to do with their hair. Not a clue. And love ain't enough. Love is not enough. You're gonna have to have some type of, because eventually putting a black child, and this goes for putting a white child in a black space also. But we're talking about black children, so I'm gonna stick with black children, and I'm black. Putting a black child in a space where they don't see anyone that looks like them, the child is eventually going to have some issues. Did you see the Colin Kaepernick story where he was adopted by this, a white couple, and they didn't want him to do anything that resembled being black? He basically had to tone himself down. They didn't want him to braid his hair because that was, considered ghetto. So, yeah, it does matter. And love is not enough. Because a lot of white people don't even take that type of stuff into consideration. You want to take a black child and turn them into a white child when they're black. So love is not enough. It takes more than love. Thank you, Mojo Lotto. We do need to have these conversations. Yeah, I said, Mama Cheryl, I did say it's either way. But speaking from a black perspective, I'm going to speak on black children. But it's either way. Either way. A trucker's wife says, to me, a black child has to know his history. I mean, black history. White, I feel a white person can't do. And if they do, they're going to whitewash that history. Teach them the truth. Teach them what really happened. You know, make sure you are buying black books, allowing these black children, if you're going to adopt a black child, buy them black books. Take them to black spaces. Take them to have, black food, soul food. Introduce them to soul food. Don't just, you know, bring them into your home and expect for them to forget about their whole entire culture because you have a white mom and dad now. And listen to them. If your black child comes home and tells you that they're having problems in school, don't, oh, well, okay, well, maybe you shouldn't do so and so. Because it probably really is hard for a black child being the only black child in your friend group, because everybody in your area, because you were adopted by white people and everybody in your area is white. And I know that, what we're trying to do is get these kids out of the system and into loving homes. But if you're going to get them out of the system and give them and put them in homes that hurt them, are we helping them? In the long run, are we helping them? Because it's a lot of, black kids who have stories of being adopted and what it was like being treated in white spaces, especially if the adoptive parents already have white children. That Colin Kaepernick story was a classic story about what it's like to be a black child adopted by a white family. If you have not seen that, you should watch it. You really should watch it. It's important for a child to know the struggle of his ancestors. It's important for a child to know where they come from. Because they're going to long for that. Because they're going to see that they don't fit in. Hey, RJ, they don't fit in a lot of white spaces. After they get to a certain age, after they become teenagers, they're going to see that they don't fit in a lot of these white spaces. And then, how are they going to come home and be able to express that to their white parents? Now, I'm not saying that it's, no white people should adopt black children, but I'm saying there needs to be a lot of research done before they do that. They need to understand that, these kids are going to get older. They're going to ask questions. They're going to want to delve into their own culture. They may want to wear braids. They may want to get dreads. You know what I mean? Because the culture will pull them in. And here you are living in the valley. You got the only black kid going to the school, and they decide that they want to wear dreadlocks, and you like, oh my God, you ain't wearing no dreads. You can't, you're not about to be embarrassing me out here in these streets with these nappy dreadlocks. Why is do something with your hair nappy, but the child wants to wear their natural hair. And y'all got to understand that. One day your child may get up with an afro. And then you like, well, God damn, what happened to your hair? Nothing. This my natural hair. Okay, well, you going to have to do something with it. Why? Why can't I just wear my natural hair? Oh, because it don't look right like that. You got to think about all of that. And if you can't deal with that, then don't get no black child. Yeah, that right now these kids, because the culture is forever changing. So your black child may wake up today and want to wear twisties, and wake up tomorrow and have an afro, wake up the next day and want to wear dreads. I'm a 52-year-old woman, and I've been called a N-word, hard ER, many times. I haven't been called it many times, but I have been called it. Now, I have to say, it has not to my face. Now, people may have said it behind my back, but not to my face. Not many times. RJ said, my girlfriend was adopted by white parents, and it was a struggle. I mean, I think that, the white parents really have to have a safe space for that black child to be themselves. Because it's a lot being black in America. And white people take for granted a lot of stuff that black people have to deal with. You don't go into a store and get followed around and shit like we do. People don't just look at you like they look at us. They don't. It was to my face, and me and my sister threw raw eggs, and this one man that called me that. Yeah, one man called me that in the safety of his car, of course. And I just called him some derogatory white term and just kept it pushing because that's just ignorance. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that white people are will not be nice to kids, but I'm just saying there are so many different cultural differences. Different black nuances that you're not going to understand if you're not black. I'm not saying that they won't feed the child and, give the child the basic necessities, food, clothing, and shelter. I'm not saying they're not going to do that. They will do that. But there are other things that that child needs mentally to grow and be healthy. They need to be able to connect to their culture. You know, collard greens and black eyed peas and fried chicken is in our DNA. We ain't gonna be out here happy eating Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts ain't in our DNA. Okay? And potato salad with raisins in it. That's not in our DNA. Our whole body is just it's not meant to eat what's that white people y'all be eating all the time? String bean casserole. That ain't for us. It's in our DNA to have sweet potato pie. We have to have it. And if we don't have it, our bodies ain't gonna be happy. We gotta have it. Okay? So when you white, you gonna have to learn how to cook these certain dishes and bake macaroni and cheese. All that craft stuff that y'all cooking on the top of the stove, we don't want that. We want real macaroni and cheese. I'm not racist at all, but you do run into ones that's it's them. Some of them still alive. But the good thing is I live in California. California is definitely a melting pot. It's like a lot of everybody live here. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Filipino. Everybody live in California. So I don't the Bay Area where I live, you don't see a whole lot of blatant racism. In your face, like people calling you the N word and stuff like that. But it's that underlying shit that's, probably still going on in the job sector and stuff like that. But it's not blatant like it used to be. White lady assumed I was her mother nursing assistant and told me to get her mother nurse. And I was like, ma'am, I am your mother nurse. And as a matter of fact, I've been a nurse for 15 years. Yeah, they don't want to assume that you a nurse. Yeah, see, we don't have that kind of stuff out here in California. I mean, I'm pretty sure crazy stuff still goes on in the South, Mississippi, Alabama, places like that, because they say it's still sundown towns in certain southern states. There's still sundown towns in certain areas. So yeah, I believe it. But the good thing is a lot of those older people that were very, very racist, they old now. They getting ready to get up out of here. Why are you staring at me like that? You should have stayed in there because you acting spooky. Oh, is it this? Why do this thing keep getting stuck on here? Is it this? This scaring you? Oh, let me put him over here because I know you don't like him. I put him over there, okay? Because you don't like him, huh? You okay? You okay, poo poo? Oh, mommy, sorry. Let me tell daddy to come get you. Mommy, sorry. I didn't mean to scare him with the thing. Mommy, sorry. Because he don't like that. He don't like that thing. Mommy, sorry. Daddy gonna come get you. Go to the door. Go to the door. Daddy gonna come get you. Go with daddy. Hold on, y'all. What's that smell like perfume in here? What is that? Oh, that is perfume. I have to take him. I live in southern Maryland, so I see and hear racism all the time. I lived in Mississippi for 2 years, so I've seen a lot. Yeah, Mississippi, I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't imagine living down south though. Never. I mean, the stories that my mother, because my family is from Louisiana, and the stories that my mother told me, like about Louisiana, but I couldn't imagine living in a time that they lived in. Like the 50s and the 40s, being black. I mean, because if you really think about it, the civil rights bill didn't pass until 1968. I was 4 years old. So when I was born, there was still colored and white drinking fountains. I was just too small to, understand. I'm just, I'm just glad that I missed all of that, that I didn't have to go through that. I mean, I hate the fact that my ancestors had to go through that, but I'm just glad I did. Yeah, it do. It make me sad to think. It makes me happy to look how much we have progressed, but it makes me sad to think about what our ancestors went through. And there is a divide, and there will always be a divide between white and black people because we are so different culturally. We are different. Of course we're humans. We're human beings. All of us are human, but we are different culturally. And if you don't understand that, then you don't need a child that is not of the same race as you. If you don't understand that love is not enough. And that goes for biracial children too. Because I look at my granddaughter who is biracial. She is Filipino and black. She has two totally different cultural experiences. Like for her birthday, her mother wanted to make sure that she had noodles. They have to have long noodles for every birthday because that's part of their cultural tradition for long life is she have to eat noodles for her birthday. We black, we don't have that type of tradition. We just want to go out and eat and have a good time for her birthday. But her mother wanted to make sure that the restaurant that we went to had noodles so that she could have, participate in that tradition for her birthday. And it's just, it's different for her. She has her Filipino family, her Asian side of the family, and then she has us who are all black. Her father is black and her mother is Filipino. And my other grandson, his mother is white, white, white. Both of her parents are white. She's white. And then, of course, my son is black. So that goes for biracial children also. Because, they have to be able to blend both of the cultures. And then, sometimes my granddaughter is like, some kids think that she's one thing. They didn't think she was black. And at one time she was going to a school that was predominantly Asian. So, as a biracial child, she's going to have her own, things that she has to go through. I think it's fine for a white family to adopt a black child if they're going to put in the work and understand that they have to understand that child culturally is more than just love. It takes a lot more. Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee, very racist states. My husband from Mississippi. I'm born and raised in Cali, but actually living it caused trauma in my life. Yeah, I was born and raised here. I don't know anything but California. And speaking of California, there was a um, flood yesterday in San Diego, California, that did a lot of damage. A lot of damage. I mean, some people lost everything because their apartments and homes were flooded. The cars were, I mean, it was so much water that some of these cars were submerged. It was that much water. So let's make sure we are, saying a prayer for these people in San Diego because some of these people have lost everything. Like, it's devastating. Like, the tide came in, it was like a small tsunami. Like, the tide came in and just came in. There are areas of Los Angeles that you drive through and they have tsunami signs. Like, this is a tsunami area. So if the tide comes in, the water is going to reach this area. And when you get out of the area, there's a sign that says leaving the tsunami area. Like, you have gotten, far enough away to where they don't think that the water will reach that area. But when the tide comes in and the water reaches the shore, you don't know how far that water is going to travel. I know these people never thought the water would get to where it got yesterday. And the water has receded and left mud. People's cars are full of water. Oh, and it was raining. And it was raining. On top of the tide coming in, it was raining. So it was just a lot going on. I seen that it rained here yesterday, but today is sunny and nice. Yeah, but that was in the forecast that today we were supposed to. It rained yesterday, and it was in the forecast today that we were supposed to get a break. And tomorrow it's supposed to rain, and then Thursday, Friday, and then next week we get a break until Wednesday. So I'm hoping that they get a break down in Southern California, San Diego, and these people can dry out some. But it's when you think about, like, one young lady had showed her apartment and she was a single mother with like three kids, and her kids looked like they were trying to get stuff and throw it in a plastic bag to save it. You just feel for people because when the water coming in your apartment, you don't know how high that water is gonna get, and you know that everything that water touches is destroyed. You will have to throw away everything, your bed, your couch, everything. So yeah, that's kind of sad. Yeah, and yeah, then you think about mudslides and we get mudslides here in the not where I live, but here in the Bay Area also. Yeah, I'm just really hoping that the people in San Diego, they get a break and these high tides have moved on because they were here in the Bay Area, they were in Pacifica first. And small area of Pacifica was flooded when we were having those high tides here. And then they moved up to Los Angeles. So I'm just hoping that, and my mother-in-law said we had a small earthquake last week. And normally, and that's the scary thing too. Normally, when we have these weird phenomena with the tides and stuff being high like that, there is a chance of earthquakes. And I'm hoping that LA doesn't have another quake. I mean, I don't want to see an earthquake nowhere. So y'all praying folk, say a prayer that Southern California, that these people can at least dry out, and hopefully some of these people had insurance. I mean, you think about all of these people that have lost their cars. It was just cars everywhere. All of these people have lost their cars because once your car is submerged in water, that's it. It's total. Yeah, there was an earthquake. So let's do our scripture for the day. I don't want to do one that I already did. Hopefully, I won't get one that I've already did. Oh, here's one. We went through the fire and water, but you brought us to a place of abundance. Psalm 66 and 12. I'll post this. We went through the fire and water, but you brought us to a place of abundance. Psalm 66 and 12. So no matter what we go through, and we gonna go through some things. That's the thing. A lot of Christians feel like, oh, I'm a Christian, I ain't got to go through. No, we all gonna go through some things. We are definitely going to go through some things. But God is gonna bring us through. He will bring us through. So that is a really good scripture. Hopefully the people that are going through the things that they're going through, hopefully they have, something to lean on, because when you going through something as traumatic and drastic as that's when people start to lose their faith. But that's when you have to hold on to God the tightest and understand that, you're going to come through it. I really, really feel for them. Like, my heart goes out to women, especially to single mothers that are going through things that are, because I've been there. I know what it's like. Yeah, that was a perfect scripture. Yeah, the devil is always busy, but some things are not the devil. Some things are, the I don't believe that the weather is the devil. That's just part of the way that the world is structured. I think some things ain't the devil. It's just part of this. All of this is God's design. And it's just the way things work. High tides and the ocean, and, it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. But it's just the way that things are designed. Tides are designed to, sometimes move into the earth, but we as people wanted to live close to the water. God didn't tell us to do that. He didn't tell you to have waterfront property. You the one wanted to live close to the water so you could get that view. And high tide comes with you living close to that water to see that pretty view. We as humans, we want to be close to the water. We want to see it. We think it's pretty. But the water is unpredictable. The ocean is unpredictable. Like when we go out here on these boats and we out to sea and deep sea fishing and all of that kind of stuff. You can't say it's the devil when something happened when you the one took your ass out there. That ain't the devil. That's just the ocean being the ocean. She didn't tell you bring your ass out there. God told you that you walk on the ground. I ain't tell you to go out there and be in that deep ass water. So some of it ain't the devil. Some of it is just how the earth was made by God. Water is part of God's design, and it will get you. That's why I keep my ass on land. He didn't give me no gills and fins and the ability to tread water. He gave me feet and lungs. That means keep your ass somewhere where you can stand up. I don't play with the water. I don't play with the ocean. I don't. I can't swim. And every year I be like, oh, I'm gonna take swimming lessons, but child, I'll be 60 years old in August. I ain't taking no damn swimming lesson. I'm gonna stop lying to myself and other people. I ain't taking no swimming lessons. I ain't no fish. I probably ain't meant to swim. I don't think all of us are meant to swim. I have had problems with my ears all my life. Ever since I was a little kid, I've had problems with my ears. That was one of the reasons why my mother didn't put me in swimming lessons when my friends was taking swimming lessons, is because I was recovering from an ear infection at the time. When they were getting ready to take swimming lessons at the swimming pool by my house, I was recovering from an ear infection. And of course, you ain't getting in no swimming pool. So by the time I had recovered, my friends was about swimming by then. And my mother was just kind of like, I don't think I want you to do that. Because if that water gets in your ear, we going to have problems again. And every year when it was, swimming lesson time, I just never went. I had a lot, and I still have issues with my ears. So, child, I probably ain't going over here swimming. I don't do planes either. Girl, I've been on an airplane one time, and that was enough for me. I can say I did it. I can say I did it. I've never been on a cruise ship. I ain't never been on a cruise, but I did tell my husband that I wanted to do like a 3-day cruise. But see, I get motion sickness. And I was like, I don't want to be on a cruise ship sick. But I haven't been on a ship or any type of, vessel on the water since I was like a little kid. So I don't know if I will still get sick. So I had told my husband that I wanted to do like a 3-day cruise or something to see if I would be okay. Because I think I could survive 3 days. I don't know if I can survive longer than that. So we'll see. Girl, I ain't doing it. I can't do no Titanic now. I just want to go to like Mexico or something. I want to go somewhere close. I'm not. We ain't talking Titanic. I ain't trying to get on no ship that big. Yeah, that the Titanic did it for me. Cause at one point I had said I will never go on a cruise ship, but I do want to try it at least once. Um, well, that's it, y'all. We finna get up out of here. Um, it looks like our girl put a video up this morning. I tried to watch some of it, like she was talking about her family and stuff, but I couldn't finish it. I just wasn't in the mood to hear her today. So I might go back. I might go back and try to watch that video. I know she was talking about her brothers and her issues with her family and stuff. I don't know. I might try to go back and watch it, but I don't know. Yeah, I know, cause I'm like, I don't, child. I'm not in that kind of. I have to be in that kind of mood. She showed out again. She like go off again? Cause I didn't watch it. I turned it off, and then me and my husband had went to the store, so I didn't. I didn't watch it. I said I might watch it and see, but I gotta be in the mood for that. Oh, she told Sharina off again. Why? Did Sharina say something to her to set her off though? Yeah, I don't know if I want to watch that, child. Yeah, I don't know. I tried to watch some of it this morning, and I was just like, no, I'm not in that kind of mood. I gotta be in a mood for that. She doing both channels. She got two channels. She got two channels. I thought she had got rid of the other channel. She got two channels. What, she got her connection channel back? Did she? I thought she had got rid of. Oh. Oh, I didn't know she had two channels. Yeah, I see. She has 92 subscribers and 12 videos. So is she taking videos off of her other channel and putting it on this channel? That's what it looked like. See, I didn't even know she had two channels. I didn't know she had two channels. Yeah, child. I'm not gonna be watching no two channels, child. Because did you hear that video she posted? Now she posted the ocean waves ASMR. She posted that last night. And I clicked on to that, and that didn't sound like no ocean waves to me. That sounded like a bunch of static. I'm like, do she know what ASMR is? That didn't sound like no ocean waves. Like, girl, that shit was driving me crazy. I had to hurry up and cut that mess off. That was worse than white noise. And some people I'm one of them people that either you like white noise or you don't. And I'm one of them people that don't. White noise is not soothing to me. My brain hears static. And I was talking to my therapist about that because she had a white noise machine. And she said, do you enjoy white noise? I was like, no. She was like, you don't? I said, no. It's the way it registers in my brain is static. It doesn't register as soothing. And she said, my therapist told me, either you like white noise or you don't. So that ocean that was supposed to be ocean sounds or whatever, I don't know what happened to him, but he started shaking and everything. I was like,
What sloth did you?
that one.
Is that the purse?
No,
The bag?
that's the neck massager.
Oh.
And I didn't have it on,
Oh.
but he saw me holding it and just freaked out. See how he over there?
Whoa.
He tripping.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, you doing too much, Gizmo. You act like somebody trying to. That sloth ain't gonna hurt you. That ain't gonna hurt you, mama, baby. Mama ain't gonna let nobody hurt you. No, she not either. And love that mama, baby. That sloth ain't gonna bother you. No, he ain't. He ain't bothered you in all this time. He ain't gonna get you. He ain't gonna get you, mama, baby. You okay? You alright? Alright, y'all. Finna get up out of here. No, he just really don't like that sloth. Anything that any of my vibrating, massaging things, he don't like it. It freaks him out. It always has. And that sloth is a trigger for him. When he see it, I guess he be thinking I'ma turn it on. And it just scares him. But Gizmo has always been, he's very skittish. He is very, he, Gizmo was a rescue dog. We don't have a clue what happened to him before we got him. But he's very skittish. He's very scary. And, like we're very protective of him because, he can get just scared and just freaked out at the weirdest of things. Like when he see me changing my clothes because I'm getting ready to leave, he'll get scared. He just start shaking and everything because he don't know if he going or if he gonna have to stay at home by himself. Because if he goes, he know we put his harness and all of that stuff on him so he can get in the car. But if he gonna stay, he goes in his crate. Now, if he starts shaking and I put him in his crate, he'll stop. But Gizmo be going through it. I don't know. That baby be stressed out for no reason. For no reason at all. But that's just how he is. He just gets stressed. Phoenix, you late, girl. We finna go. I done been on here an hour and 20 minutes. You know, I don't be trying to stay too long because after a while my throat get dry and I be tired of talking. So that's where we at now. My throat done got dry. And I'm finna go. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Look for just a regular video. It's coming out. It's short. It was just us in the backyard chilling. Oh, you been working? Girl, I understand. I know you be busy. And you know, I just come through and chit chat. Hey Sundrop, I didn't see you, girl. I just come through and talk about little stuff that I've seen. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.